all gone. Everything is gone. Just read this morning that Texas farmers are closing down because they can't find laborers to work their fields. Are you telling me white people can't, won't work in the fields? Hey, all of you who thought they were taking your jobs, accepting applications now.
This is breaking news. Texas farmers are sounding the alarm on this tariff war. And in more breaking news, nobody cares. Yeah, I don't know if it's just me or maybe it's some of you too, but as far as farmers sounding the alarm, I don't care. I have to admit, I don't care at all, because the last time Donald Trump was president, 100,000 farmers across the country lost their farms. Yeah. So, overwhelmingly, farmers voted for this man again, knowing full well of his history the last time he was president. So, from me to you, farmers, I don't care. I don't care how bad things get for you. I don't care if you lose your farm. I don't care if you... I don't care. At least I don't care to hear about it. I really don't. Because this is exactly what you voted for. And you're going to get what you voted for. You're going to get 4 more years of Donald Trump not giving a damn about farmers whatsoever. So, enjoy.
Regarding all these farmers that are now crying about possibly losing their farms because they voted for Trump, this is why you absolutely should not feel bad for any of these farmers that voted for Trump. Now, the ones that didn't vote, yes, feel sorry for them, go support them, do whatever you need to do. But the ones that voted for Trump, do not feel sorry for them, and let me tell you why. I am a builder, and I've been building shit in Oklahoma City going on like 20 years now, and farmers are not stupid. If you have the ability to manage a farm and understand the weather, the climate, your machinery, the chemistry that goes into your crops, you are not a stupid person. You're just not. And especially when you come from generational farming, you have the ability to look ahead and predict what you need to survive. And so when you have 2 candidates where you have Kamala Harris on one side giving you a whole fucking list of shit that she's going to do for you and make your life better, and then you have Trump on the other side who can't even come out with a normal sounding sentence, and you still vote for that guy, and you are a farmer, you are either racist or sexist or both. And they're only crying now because now they are being treated exactly how they voted for other people to be treated. Got that? They are being treated how they voted for other minorities, people of color, everybody else, poor people, sick people. That's how they voted for other people to be treated. And now they're the ones being treated that way by losing their livelihood, their homes, their income, their farms. So do not feel sorry for them. This is exactly what they had coming. Quick follow-up as to why exactly would Trump be doing this to farmers anyways, and I'm guessing 99% chance it's because he wants to bankrupt farms so his corporate buddies can come in and do a land grab. Basically what you have been seeing the last few years, major companies buying up a bunch of rental houses and jacking up the price of rents, and it's all going to corporations. It's probably something similar to let these farms go to foreclosure and his corporate buddies be able to come in, swoop them up, and now you've got bigger companies involved in more of our day-to-day food.
I got to farm with my dad every day. It's a way of life. It's a wonderful way of life.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you are doing great wherever you are watching us from. Have you ever noticed the same politicians screaming American first always leave ordinary Americans holding the bag? Because right now in places like Texas and Illinois, family farmers are watching generations of hard work collapse in real time. Crops are sitting unsold, farmers are going bankrupt, small towns are dying, and the people who promised to save rural Americans are somewhere not to be found. But here's the part that has the internet completely divided. A lot of these farmers voted for the exact policies now destroying their livelihoods. So the big question is, was this a bad leadership, or were the working class Americans manipulated into voting against their own survival? Stay till the end because this story gets deeper than farming. This is about wages, corporate greed, immigration, and who really pays the price when politics becomes a culture war instead of an economic plan. Anyway guys, let's dive straight into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. I'll be back with my commentaries.
And it's at risk. It shouldn't be.
The impact of Trump's tariffs is being felt in the heartland.
Soybean farmers here are now suffering economically like they haven't in decades.
Right now, we are harvesting soybeans in Marengo, Illinois. My family has been farming since 1846. I'm the fifth generation. We're a grain operation. We grow corn, soybeans. I am a product of the pioneers. It's history. You don't let that go. One of the best memories that I had was just my dad teaching me how to drive a tractor. I got to farm with my dad every day. It was pretty cool. How many people could do that? It's a way of life. It's a wonderful way of life. And it's at risk. And it shouldn't be. It's total bullshit. Human lives are at stake. It's stupid. The whole thing is stupid.
I'm very proud of him. He's done a great job. He's kind. He's very caring. He cares about other people. I didn't really want him to be a farmer. When my husband got sick, he asked if he could take over the farm. He said, "Mom, give me 3 years. Just give me 3 years." So that's what we did, and it's turned into 16 years.
Harvest is usually the best time of the year. It's literally the fruits of your labor. This is the time where we as farmers get to celebrate all of our hard work and that we get paid for our year's worth of work. And unfortunately, this one has a real bitter taste to it because the money is being spent right now in Argentina and being given to billionaires. Farming's hard enough as it is, dealing with Mother Nature, but this year especially is very challenging because of the tariffs that have been put upon us. Our cost of production has increased and our markets have dropped dramatically. And this is really putting a major strain on all farmers right now. If anybody who's not a farmer and they say, well, what do I care about what's happening with farmers? What does that matter? Well, in Illinois, 20% of all jobs revolve around agriculture. And when farmers have money, we spend it, and we spend it on really big high-ticket items like combines or tractors, all of whom are made in major Rust Belt areas. And those are really high-paying, good jobs, and that trickles down to the waitresses who get better tips, to our schools because people have more income, the schools get better funded. And right now, we're just in a major holding pattern because we have no income. The American people are hurting right now. The farmers are hurting right now. There is absolutely no reason for this.
Our grain prices are down. We have tariffs. We have a bumper crop. We don't have people to sell it to. China hasn't bought one of our beans. We don't have those markets anymore because of the tariffs.
I'm looking at the commodity prices, where they're at, which is how I get paid. I'm having a real difficult time trying to give a positive outlook for 2026. When President Obama was in office, we had a wonderful jolt of energy because we had an administration that said, we're going to have advanced biofuels power.
Texas, help this make sense. Okay, right now, gas is $4.19 a gallon in Texas, where I live. 6 months ago, that same gallon of gas was $2.65 for an increase of 55% over the past 180 days. Okay, I'm from Washington State, so I'm going to compare it to Washington. Right now in Washington, the average price for a gallon of gas is $5.75, okay? 6 months ago, the price of that gallon of gas was about $4.50. for a 35% increase over the past 180 days. Okay, so for the average 15 gallons of gas, let's just say 15 gallons of gas is filling up your car for average. That 15 gallons of gas is going to cost somebody in Texas about $63. The same 15 gallons is going to cost someone in Washington State $86, okay? So why does Texas have a 55% increase over Washington's 35% increase in gas over the last 180 days? That's my first question. My second question, I want to address the minimum wage. Minimum wage in Texas is $7.25. $7.25. The minimum wage in Washington State, $17.13 approximately. You know what that difference is? That's a difference of $9.88 an hour more. $9.88 an hour more, or 2.3 times higher minimum wage in Washington State, okay? So for someone in Texas to buy that 15 gallons of gas, it's gonna cost them 9 hours of work approximately. They're gonna work 9 hours at that minimum wage for that gas, that tank of gas. In Washington, for that same 15 gallons of gas, they're gonna work 5.5 hours, okay? 9 hours, 5.5 hours approximately. The last minimum wage increase in Texas was in 2009. That is 17 years ago since there has been a state minimum wage increase, a cost of living increase, anything, 17 years. Meanwhile, in Washington State, in the last 17 years, they've had 17 minimum wage increases, meaning about one a year, the minimum wage goes up, and their next increase is scheduled for January of 2027. So why in the hell, why Texas, are you guys still living in wages from 2009? $7.25 an hour in the minimum wage, when prices are going up exponentially here more so than other places. Texas has the highest property taxes in the United States, one of the highest at least. And my car insurance for perfect driving is the most expensive I've ever paid. In fact, people with DUI insurance in Washington State pay less than I do for car insurance with a perfect driving record. So I need somebody to explain this to me. Why is gas going up so much more in Texas than other places? And why in the hell is nobody in Texas voting to increase this minimum wage, $7.25? I want to know who is living on that and what is going on, Texas. Please, somebody make this make sense.
This whole situation honestly feels like a warning sign for working people across America. For years, politicians sold rural communities this idea that tariff, trade wars, and harsh immigration crackdown would somehow bring America back. But what actually happened? Farmers lost international buyers, labor shortages exploded, and families' own farms started collapsing under pressure. And the saddest part is, many of these farmers aren't rich elite. These are people whose family have worked the same land for generations. Some of them inherited farms that survived war, recession, and economic crashes, only to now be destroyed by political destruction that were completely avoidable. One farmer explained that grain prices are falling while crops keep piling up because major buyers like China stopped purchasing American products after the tariff war. Imagine workers all year planting, harvesting, paying workers, buying equipment, paying taxes, and then realizing nobody's buying what you grew. That's devastating. This crisis didn't just happen by accident. This is what's happened when billionaires and corporations shaped economic policy while ordinary workers get distracted by the culture wars. Instead of raising wages, improving healthcare, or protecting small farms, politicians keep people angry at immigration, minority, and city voters. Meanwhile, giant corporations kept buying land, increasing prices, and squeezing small businesses out of existence. And look at Texas right now. Gas prices are rising, Property taxes are high, cost of living keep climbing, yet the minimum wage is still stuck at $7 an hour like it's 2009. How are ordinary people supposed to survive that? The reality is, workers in rural America and workers in big cities actually have the same problem. Corporations making record profits while regular people struggle harder every year. And this labor issues proves it too. For years, immigrant workers were treated like enemies, while entire industry quietly depended on their labor to survive. Farms are struggling to find workers, crops are rotting, and suddenly the people who were demonized are now essential. That contradiction says everything. What's really painful is watching communities realizing too late that politics slogan don't pay bills, pride doesn't save farms, and outrages and social media doesn't keep small town alive. Because when family farms disappear, it's not just farmers losing, schools lose funds, local stores shut down, entire communities start dying slowly, and who benefits in the end? Usually massive corporations with enough money to buy up bankrupt land for cheap. That's why so many critics online are saying this crisis feel bigger than politics. To them, it looks like another transfer of wealth from ordinary Americans to power corporations. Whether people agree or disagree politically, one thing is becoming impossible to ignore: working class Americans keep getting sacrificed while the wealthy keep winning. At the end of the day, this story isn't just about Texas farmers. It's about what happens when people vote based on fear, anger, and political branding instead of policies that actually improve their lives. Because once farms disappear, once jobs disappear, and once corporation controls everything, it becomes almost impossible to rebuild this community again. Anyway guys, what do you think about this video? Drop your thoughts in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in my next video. For now, peace.